What about now? It says 3 people watching.
Say hey.
Hello.
There you go.
Boy, what a stupid app that I am using. I very much apologize. We tested this the other day because I was like, let's really flesh out these bugs and make sure everything's working. And then we were like, yeah, we solved the problem. Great. And then when you go to do that thing and it's like, sorry, you can't. I don't know why. I was like, start. Go live. And it was like, you're doing it. And then it was like, nah, you're not. Sorry. I apologize. That's some bullshit. Hello. Yes, Philip, I'm here. I'm sorry. That was dumb. I started the chat. Maybe it was like 1 minute too soon from when I had scheduled it. So then it didn't like connect the things. I don't know. I'm not a tech expert. So I apologize. That's dumb. Okay. Well, what I'm doing today, I've now said this to no one, like to the void where no one could hear me. But so I'm in between some really big projects that are taking me a really long time, and then editing them is a crap load of work because they're just really hefty videos. And also I'm tired from doing the project, so then like I don't want to edit at all. But so I figured I'd just give myself some more time to do some good editing and do a fun live streaming where I wood burn, because I haven't had like any time to actually wood burn in a while. And I guess it's, you know, it's also hot, so I don't really want to be doing that. But it's like 100 degrees here today. But yeah, so I really like wood burning. I think it's super satisfying. It's not something I would have necessarily thought I'd be super into, but I really like it. So yeah, I haven't used my wood burner in a little while, but it's not the fanciest wood burner by any means, but that's okay. It gets the job done. So I usually would burn at about like 40 some volts, whatever it would be, voltage indicator. Yeah. Any hotter than that, and I've had it like melt a pen, which is like a huge bummer. So that's not great. They're like not super nice pens. Like they're made of plastic. So, I mean, I don't know who thought that was a great idea when it comes to like something that's gonna get crazy boiling lava hot, but whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna do at least some of this wood burning. I want to get started. Somebody also asked me last time on my live stream if I had some cool rocks, because we were talking about rocks. Hey Spike, glad you're here. Yeah, somebody had asked me if I had any cool rocks that I'd want to show off, because we were talking about rocks and stuff. And so I gathered together some of the cooler ones I think I have. I don't have like any super fancy like crystals and stuff that people get really into, which I like. I think that stuff is cool, but I'm kind of against paying for rocks because that's like nature made that, okay? Why should I pay you for something that like you didn't do anything to make? So in the past, I've been fairly reluctant to like buy a rock like on a trip or something. And you go into those like kitschy little gift shops and they have like cool rocks and crystals, or you're like at a national park or something like that and you can buy shit like that. So I don't have a ton of rocks that I've like bought. Most of them are just things that I've found and been like, that's cool. So I don't know what a lot of those rocks are. I just like them. But I do have some that I have bought, and even some that I've found that are really, really cool, and I can confidently say like what they are. But so yeah, I'll show you some of those in between maybe, and we'll do some wood burning first because I'm pretty proud of this wood burn. I think it's pretty funny and cool. So I recently, because Netflix released the 7th Tremors movie, and I watched the shit out of it. So then I went on like a Tremors kick where I watched I watched the first 3 Tremors movies again. I have the first 4. And they're just like the best movies. Like the first movie is so like rock solid as like a good, rock solid. That's a funny like pun. But they're such good movies. Like the first one especially is just like such a technically good movie and a good story and everything. And then the ones after that are kind of just like goofy B movie schlock. But I don't care because I just love them. I think they're so hilarious and charming and just like so great. So what I decided to do was carve, I don't know, or wood burn. I don't know if you can see it super well, but you will once I actually burn it. But anyway, it says, I found the ass end, because that's one of the more hilarious quotes from Tremors, is Kevin Bacon. They kill a tremor, and then he like digs up the end of it, and he's like, I found the ass end! I think it's funny, and I will watch the shit out of every single Tremors movie. If they like make 7 more movies, I'll watch all of them, because it's I think they're great. So Kevin Bacon's only in the first one because he's too big of a, like, you know, actual movie star to be in 6 other B movie, you know, monster schlock, but that's okay. So the other ones have Michael Gross as mostly the main character, and he's great. Like, like I if we ever have a Halloween party, I'm gonna be Burt Gummer as my Halloween costume because he's so amazing. So yeah, I guess there's some, I hardcore really like the Tremors movie, so I thought I would do a fun wood burning thing just kind of for me because I think it's funny. So maybe someone else will also find it amusing and appreciate the humor. Okay, just drinking some coffee. Okay, so let me move my camera and then we can get doing this. Okay. Spike, you should go tell Jordy to come watch since he forgot and missed the other one. Which I figured he would. That's okay. I do not care. Jordy's a busy dude. Sorry, one second. My cords are tangled. Okay. Alrighty. So, turn this up. Move this. Okay. So this has 2 pens. I think most like big digital wood burners like this do have 2 pens, but you can get them with just a single one. At least this brand you could. And I went with the 2, and I'm glad I did because it does tend to heat up a pen pretty quickly, and that's how I melted one because I did not know that was happening. And also I didn't know that, you know, why wouldn't you be able to crank this up to whatever 80 friggin' volts and wood burn at that? I mean, it's probably not necessary. You don't need to it doesn't need to be that hot to burn wood, but I feel like there should be some kind of, like, precaution. Also, maybe these pens shouldn't be made out of plastic, but what do I know? Okay. Let me check a thing. Okay. So yeah, you'll be able to see this better once I'm actually wood burning it. Let me see if this is hot enough. Maybe slightly hotter. But yeah, then like what I'll do is I'll end up going between the 2 pens because then one doesn't get too hot and start to, melt the plastic. because that's no good. It's probably bad for it. Let's see if this is hot enough. I haven't done this in a while. Okay. There we go. This is 3 pieces of wood that I like glued together. I think I had a plan for it, like something else at some point, but I definitely like forgot what it was because I did not like write on it what this project was going to be. So I decided to do something funny that at least I'll appreciate. I mean, I guarantee there's like at least, a good handful of hardcore Tremors fans out there, because otherwise, how could you make 7 movies? Like, who are those 7 movies for? Sorry, did not mean to do that. All right. I won't do any like shading or anything like that, like filling this in, because I don't know if I want to, and that is pretty smoky and it can take a little while. So we'll just kind of do an outline of it. I sketched this all out the other day in preparation, and I like how it turned out. I think it'll be cool. Wood burning is kind of like counterintuitive to like carving, I think, because really with wood burning you don't need to use like a ton of pressure, and with carving, obviously you need to be fairly in control of what you're doing with that. So having a little bit of a heavier hand does help, keep that crazy spinning bit where it needs to be, versus wood burning, like you really just need to like let the thing do its job and let the heat do what it's supposed to do, and it's just a different kind of skill. Yeah. But both, very, very fun. Very, you can get super skilled at it and do some really cool stuff. I think it'd be really cool to wood burn like leather type stuff. I feel like that would be really interesting. But yeah, so far I have just done wood. Okay. I think wood burning is really like satisfying when it's like time lapsed. I've done that in some of my videos and it is so satisfying. Time lapse is the most satisfying way to watch pretty much anything. Also, wood burning isn't nearly as noisy as rock carving or any kind of carving, which I appreciate. Okay, this pen is kind of hot, which is annoying. But that's okay. I will switch to this guy. This is just not a super fancy, nice wood burning machine, but that is okay. Ugh, I hate this tip. It's stupid. I'm changing. This is not the thing I want. Okay. We will leave ass slightly undone because I don't know, maybe YouTube would be upset about that or something. Whatever. Anyway, and then down here I drew a little tremor with graboids and stuff like that. I mean, I guess they're called graboids, but most people would just call them tremors because they don't know. But yeah, but that's going to be a little bit more detail, and yeah, I don't know what I want to do with that. So, but well, yeah, we'll just leave ass unfinished a little bit. But I mean, it doesn't really take that long. I mean, if I wanted to like fill in each letter, that would take a decent amount of time. But for just right now, it you know, gets the message across, which is funny. Okay. Let me move this guy. Excuse me. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, wood burning is pretty fast at the end of the day. And I like it. It'll be fun. I'll put it somewhere. Or I'll give it to somebody and they'll be offended or something. Oh no! Oh god, sorry, that's a terrible noise. I want this to stay up. Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right. So one of the rocks that I did talk about last time that I thought would be cool was maybe like 4 or 5 years ago now, I was in Europe and I went on a trip to Stonehenge, which was one of the places I always wanted to go. I don't know why. I had a spiritual calling to go to that place because I just thought it would be super cool to see in person. And part of me thought I would never get to go, and I did. So, so Stonehenge is made out of bluestone, which was brought from South Wales. It was like hundreds and hundreds of miles that they brought this stone to make the henges. Anyway, but so you can buy in their gift shop bluestone. So I did because, I mean, it's too cool. I couldn't pass it up. So this was one rock that I did end up paying, I don't know, probably like way too much money because it's a tourist attraction, but it's not like super blue, but it is somewhat, you know, I don't know, but it's cool. I like it. Yeah, the same kind of rock that Stonehenge is made out of, which is just badass in my opinion. So yeah, that's bluestone. I think it's pretty cool. I like it. It's definitely one of the cooler rocks that I've ever bought. So another rock I guess that I bought was at, I think, some kind of dinosaur museum. I've had it forever. I think it was like I think it was in Montana. But anyway, it's amber. So like in Jurassic Park. And I think the idea is like, I think it came with like directions or something that you could like use something simple to like make it shiny or something, because it's kind of dirty, but I'm not sure. I don't remember because I don't have the directions anymore and I've had it forever. But yeah, it's a piece of amber. And you could probably like shine it up and it would be like shiny like the walking stick that in Jurassic Park. I just forgot the guy's name. But So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm assuming I didn't buy it. I'm assuming my parents bought it for me because I've had it a very, very long time. But it's kind of a cool piece of amber. I think I also mentioned that I have a geode, which I've also had forever because, again, I was a huge rock collecting kid growing up. So, yeah, I got I think it was like a craft show or something like that, that there were people selling geodes. Exactly. I could use my amber potentially to make dinosaurs. Maybe if there's dinosaur DNA in this, that'd be awesome. But probably also, what did Jurassic Park teach us? That we shouldn't mess with nature. It's not a good idea. If those movies taught us anything, I think it's that. But yeah, so I think I got my geode at a craft show, and then and then you just pick one, and then we brought it home and smashed it open. So then you get, both pieces. So I've also had this for a long time. It's not like the most sparkly or anything like that, but it is cool. Focus on that. Don't focus on me. Let me get out of the way. Maybe that'll work. Well, I don't know. That's better. Anyway, but it fits together really well, which is very, very satisfying in my opinion. So I've had that a long time too. Geodes are cool. I like them. I've had this for a very long time too. I think I also got it on a trip growing up. I think I had to look it up because I have no idea, because I've had it for so long. I think this is a pink agate. I think. This, from what I found on the internets, I think this is a pink agate. I've had this for a really long time too. I thought it was the friggin' coolest as a kid. So, I mean, this stuff is so expensive, especially in gift shops and stuff like that, which is where you always see it, especially as a kid. But it's so expensive to buy some of this stuff, especially big honkin' pieces of quartz or crystal or whatever. It's so expensive. And I think that's a ripoff. So, yeah, some of these I've just had for a long time. And these are things I've collected, or I think even my mom collected, because she grew up in Montana. And that's maybe where I got one of these things. But, so if you know anything about Montana, they have a large amount of, I think they found a crap load of dinosaur bones there. There's multiple digs there that have found some of the biggest archaeological discoveries of dinosaurs. So one of the parks there is called Makoshika, and they have really cool museums, and it's very, very scrubby. It feels not the museum. The museum is not scrubby, but the land out there. So they did a big dig out there. So I think that's where I got this guy, which has a imprint, whatever that's called. I can't remember, but it has an imprint of a fossil or whatever. I can't remember what that's called, but I might have found that in Montana. But it has an imprint of a shell on it, which is cool. And I just found this, or someone found it, gave it to me. I think I found it. Anyway, I think I found that in Montana because they have a lot of that kind of stuff that you can find around. Obviously, it's not just floating around. You have to go look for it. But Montana also has a lot of agates that you can find. So I think a lot of these my mom or my grandpa found, and then eventually I inherited. Agates are cool. And these, you can just find these in the river where my mom grew up. They would find them. And I have several of them. Some of them are shiny. Some of them are not. But I've had most of these forever because it was kind of a commonplace thing when I would visit my family in Montana that somebody would give me a rock or would find a cool agate or something. They have cool stuff out there. My family is from eastern Montana as well. That's why I talk about it being scrubby, because western Montana is mountains and it's very green. And eastern Montana is very scrubby and brown, and I think it's beautiful and amazing. But especially compared to very lush Iowa, you know, the Midwest, where things are very, very green. So I think I had to look this up too. I think this is a red striped agate from what I could find. But I don't know. I don't know where I got this either. I think I bought this one as well on a trip, but it's kind of orangish red. So that's cool. I don't know. I like that. Speaking, I know I got this from an aunt, and she found it in Montana. I don't know where she found it, like on a hike or something. But this has it's like kind of sparkly almost, but it has like I don't know what it is, but it has this whole like imprint of like probably a plant or something on it. Let's see if it'll maybe focus. Whatever. Anyway, but she gave me this at one point, and I was like, that's cool. I mean, I was an adult and she gave it to me, and I was like, that's awesome. I love that. So I don't know exactly what it is. It has kind of a pinkish green tint to it. Maybe it's not that old or anything, but it's definitely cool. I don't know. Let's see. I think I don't know. I mean, I have a piece of green quartz, I believe is what it is. Maybe I have a piece of purple quartz too, but it's slightly sparkly. Again, I'm pretty sure I bought this. Most of my rocks are just like kind of things that I find like on trips and stuff. And I'm like, I like that rock. Seems like a good rock. And then I bring it home and stick it somewhere. It's not like fancy where someone would be like, this is my purple piece of malachite that I bought from the crystal hippy dippy store, which I like. I like that people like that stuff. And I like it too. I like the low key witch vibes that it gives people. But that stuff is expensive and I think it's silly. Somewhat. I don't know what this is, but I picked it up somewhere and I thought it was cool. I don't know what it is. I don't even know how to search it. It's kind of lumpy. It's got layers, like flaky layers to it, kind of. It is brownish, dark brown. Yeah, kind of a orangey color. I don't know what it is. It's cool. I found it I have a vase on an end table that is just full of rocks, of things that I've collected, things that my mom gave me, like when she moved. She was like, hey, I found a bag of rocks. I'm pretty sure it's yours. Do you want them? And I was like, yeah. And it's just like rocks that I collected as a kid that were stored in our, where I grew up. So my mom moved and she's like, I don't want to haul around a bag of rocks. So I was like, I'll take it. Yeah. So I put them in the bottom of my vase, and then I filled the rest of it up with like some of these cooler, bigger ones. And then throughout our house, I have like a random rock on a shelf or over here on a windowsill because I just like them. So most of them are pretty like boring, quote unquote, but I don't care. I mean, I like them. It's fun. So yeah, maybe I should at some point like buy some cooler rocks or go hunting. Really, I should just go try and find some really cool rocks. Because that's the way that I like to do it. I like to just find them. Like all these agates, I'm pretty sure like no one bought those. Like I just was gifted them. So yeah, I mean, they're not like huge or super fancy or anything, but they're cool. I like it. Oh, this is I think it's maybe a purple quartz or something. It's kind of similar to that green one, but maybe this will focus on this. It's hard to get definition of rocks on a camera. I don't know. I think that's maybe purple quartz or something. But yeah, I mean, I just like them. I think they're cool. And it was a pretty good question. Somebody asked me, like, do you have some of your favorite rocks you want to show? I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. But none of them are like rare or anything like that. I I think it'd be really cool to get like a piece of a meteoroid, a meteorite, a meteor, whichever one is when it's on the ground. I think it'd be cool to have a piece of that. That's like space rock. Or, yeah, space rock. Wouldn't be space Earth because that is a paradox. So, yeah, I mean, so that's some of my coolest rocks, I guess. I wouldn't say they're like my favorite. Maybe the bluestone is my favorite that I have collected. It's probably a pretty strong first. My geode I've had forever. I got it at a craft show. My mom used to have a craft business growing up, so that's where all my handy DIY stuff comes in. Well, that's where some of it comes in. But that I inherited some of that, just like doing it yourself. But yeah, the bluestone is probably my favorite, and the geode, close second, if not first. I will have a new video next week on Friday, as promised, and it will be cool. It'll be a good video. Yeah, I've just been kind of working on some bigger projects that have been planned for quite a while that I wanted to do in our home, and it's just kind of, it's hard work. Okay, so it definitely took it out of me. So I needed to take a break, and doing a live stream is obviously, you know, there are technical things about it that aren't awesome, that like I can't live stream just directly from the YouTube app or whatever, which is dumb. But whatever. But it's less work for me in the like long term. Like all I have to do is kind of come up with an idea to do it and then do the thing. Versus doing a big project, I have to do the project and then I have to have the energy to like edit it, and that's not my favorite thing, and it is a lot of work. But yeah, I have a couple videos in the works, so I will have those up, and I will, once I finish the S and I'll do a little graboid at the bottom, I'll post pictures of this on my Instagram and whatnot. So yeah, go check that out, etc. All the other places, they'll be in the description when I publish this video. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe that's kind of it. I have a lot of rocks. I mean, I could show you rocks for days, but they're not like super interesting. Oh wait, I think I have a cool rock over here actually. See, there's just rocks all over my house. These I know I got in Montana, probably somewhat more recently. I don't know what these are, but this one has like a big old hole in it, which is probably why I picked it up, because I thought it was awesome. So it has a hole in it, and it's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's kind of like a sandstone or something, but it's kind of flaky, or it's like a, I don't know. Anyway, but it has a hole in it. I think that's cool. I like that. I really like, I don't think I have one, but I really like hagstones. So hagstones have holes all through them, and people will make like strings of them and hang them. I think they like the strings of them, people will hang them like outside of their homes, and it like means something specific, but don't quote me on that. This one also again has the imprints of like a shell on it. So it has one here, and then it has kind of a more shallow one on this side. So, but this one like has like even like some of the like residual like shininess of like a shell like on it, which is cool. So cool. So yeah, there's kind of just rocks all over our house. So I should start a rock garden and then do a thing with them, but I just like having them. Yeah, so I'll be back next week with a normal video. Check out all the places you can support me and whatnot. I will probably just end up keeping this guy and not putting on my Etsy, but I have other things on my Etsy that you could go and buy and then have a cool wood burned thing that's unique and one of a kind. I don't just make like a big inventory of like 6 of the same thing, because I don't think that's very interesting, and I think it's kind of boring. Versus each piece is kind of unique and interesting, and it's made from like just scavenged reclaimed wood that I find. So each thing is genuinely very, very unique. Versus like, you know, if you go to Target and buy some home decor, literally every white suburban household has all of that same, like, you know, home decor. So, like, they just do. And don't get me wrong, I go to Target and I look at all their home decor and I'm like, I like all of this stuff. I like it. I'm not going to spend $100 on any of these things, but I like it. So, versus stuff like this that I make, you know, it's one of a kind. No one else is going to have that in your home. So, yeah. Yeah, a Zen garden. That'd be awesome. I should do that. Yeah. People would think I'm very wise and, like, Zen in my Zen garden. And then you need, like, it'd be, like, full of sand. You could do, like, the sand raked patterns that are, like, very meaningful or whatever. Alrighty. Yeah, normal next week. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this wood burning. I thought it was pretty great. Just pretty proud of it when I came up with that idea. Because yeah, I just needed to give myself a little bit more time to edit videos because I was very tired and achy after the various projects I did. So, and you'll know about them. You'll see the videos. You'll think it's very impressive, probably. Alrighty, so stay cool. Yeah, it's like 100 degrees here, so everyone stay cool this hot summer weekend. And yeah, I mean, let me know what kind of cool rocks you have in the comments or whatever. Because I like rocks. So, alrighty. Okay. Well, that's probably it. So, alright, I'm gonna go. How does one end a live stream?